Yeah, let's check in right now with NBC4's Jonathan Gonzalez, who is live in Westlake Village. Jonathan.
Hey guys, yeah, we're just south of Westlake Lake on the west side of the 101, and what we're being told is Triunfo Canyon, Triunfo Creek Park that is burning right now. As you see, we saw the smoke from the freeway, so we decided to drive up Glenbridge Road. We are at the top now of Glenbridge Road, and we see these flames continuing to burn this hillside here. Triunfo Canyon, just to give you some perspective, is in between Lindero Canyon Road and Canaan Road, and that is why we're trying to slowly make our way down this hill so we can talk to this gentleman. Gentlemen, sir, what's your name?
My name's Doug Warner.
Doug Warner, I know that you said you're the contractor here at this home. How long have you been building this, and what are you doing right now?
Yeah, this is about a 2-year project here. We're right at the final phase here. Luckily, this thing is built to withstand these fires, but we have to do whatever we can to, kind of stop this thing right here. We've got such good brush clearance, 300 feet, so we feel safe, but we have to stay here and protect this.
Yeah, we've been monitoring this area, Triunfo Canyon here behind us burning, and we continue to see the flames moving north-south up along this ridge, and the flames have just gotten stronger, the smoke continuing to billow into the air, and within the last few minutes we've seen the flames, we believe, because it's hard to see because of that thick smoke, likely has taken over one structure that we saw near Lionheart Ranch. Hey, look at that, Joel, up on the hill, right there. Straight ahead of you, straight ahead. Look, that fire continuing to move north, guys, or if I'm kind of directionally challenged here, I think it's northwest, but the fire, the spread is just spreading in this area, and the problem is that firefighters can't get in.
It's just amazing, Jonathan. I mean, we just saw you a few minutes ago, and it wasn't even close to this size, and it just took off, and that's the nature of this beast right now.
My dog's food and medicine, so those are the things I have, but I have one dog that's not doing well. And I don't want to take time to get off get off the road to try to get her to go out to the bathroom. So I'm just hoping this traffic clears up.
And now you see a live picture, our crew evacuating the area and heading to a safer place because they were in the thick of it. And as we have seen throughout the morning and last night, the fire can make dramatic changes in a moment's notice. So let's get to Jonathan right now. Jonathan?
It's going up.
Jonathan, can you hear us?
Hey guys, I don't know if you can hear us right now.
We got you, Jonathan.
All right, well, the situation is this entire neighborhood, Glenbridge Road, is now being evacuated. Where we were standing just 5 minutes ago is now on fire. You can see the LA County Sheriff's evacuating this area right now here in Westlake Village, Triunfo Canyon. Is completely on fire right now. People are getting out as fast as they can. This area had not been evacuated, but because of the urgency of how fast this crew here, you can see the plume of smoke and fire. Just moments ago, we saw a bird die and just hit right in front of our car. And so that is the intensity of the situation right now. There were some officers at the top of Glenbridge Road that were monitoring the situation, and that house we just showed you could go at any minute. That new one that we were talking about, and certainly the barn and everything that we showed you just literally minutes ago, likely on fire right now, likely burning to the ground. So again, the situation right now, we are being told to evacuate. Homeowners, everybody in this area being told to get out right now, guys. Yeah, and all these people had not been evacuated because this area was not under threat just moments ago. Joel, look to your left here. There's now fire, guys, over the area where we were standing just minutes ago.
Okay, go ahead, Jonathan.
Okay. Can you just tell me what happened in the last few minutes?
The last few minutes, all hell broke loose. And the fire department says, get out. He says, you're going to get trapped. The fire is on us. So here we are.
You grabbed your dogs and you grabbed your wife here. I know I see you here. She's here upset in the back. I'm so sorry. I will let you guys get out. I know the cops were telling everybody to get out right now.
They're telling us those vamoose.
I know that you weren't concerned even just 10 minutes ago.
No, 10 minutes ago, it was all of a sudden the wind shifted and the fire came up the hill. It came across the side. And everybody's got to get the hell out. Okay.
Thank you, Phil. Be safe. So we are now in the backyard of a home that just down the street from where we were standing, when we were first talking to you just a few minutes ago, and now the fire is actually coming up just feet from us here. The fire going 10, 20 feet into the air, the flames, and right now the situation is that these homes are being directly threatened. But if you notice, there's a huge fire break. There's not a lot of brush in this particular area directly behind the home. They do have at least 100, 150 feet of fire break here, and so that could protect this home and the homes around this. We're going to walk to the front to show you the fire crews arriving here on scene, getting ready to try and put these fires out in the back of the home here. You can see several engines now on scene that weren't even here 2 minutes ago. And so now the firefighters are here going to try and protect these homes. But the home that we were at earlier, that one that was under construction, we believe could be burning at this moment. We definitely saw the property around that home on fire, guys.
Waiting, passing that fire truck up
Ridgeford Drive now, down the street from Glenbridge Road. We want to show you what Glenbridge Road looks like right now. You can see those flames there kind of on the side of that hill. Just to give you some perspective, we were in the street on the other side from that. So we were in the middle of the street, and we were taken over by fire and smoke, and now that fire has crossed that street, and those are the flames where we were standing there maybe 20, 30 minutes ago. I can't keep track of time right now.
We want to get back to NBC4's Jonathan Gonzalez right now. He is still in Westlake Village, and you watched him evacuate from multiple locations.
Yeah, absolutely. They're talking with someone who's working on a home who was out there with a hose trying to save it.
Yeah.
We don't know the fate of that home at this point. But Jonathan, we're still seeing more flames where you are.
Yeah, no, Michael, we've actually come back. Let me try to take off my mask here for a moment, but we've actually come back to Glenbridge Road where we were earlier this morning. We were just up the road here, standing on the other side of this house, right? That was the house that was being built or is being built, and that was being overtaken by fire. That fire has jumped Glenbridge Road to the other side from where we were standing. You see a lot of the ash and the dirt kicking up. That is the area around that house that did catch fire. We're going to get out of the way for this police vehicle to come through. They're closely monitoring the situation up there. We understand the contractor or the workers that were watering that area up there are still up there trying to protect the home. Again, they've been working on that house for 2 to 3 years. But here, one of the people we were standing with is a man named Phil. And Phil, they're working on his home right now, and that's what you see. It's tough to see the home from our angle down here below, but you see these firefighters watering the hillside. You can see the burned out trees up here on top of the hill on the side here that we see another chopper coming in, monitoring the situation, monitoring this area. Phil is actually talking to the firefighters. We were standing with him just moments ago, and he saw flames on the backside of his home, and he felt the need to come over and tell firefighters that it was there because he felt they didn't have a good vantage point of it, and that is why they have the chopper now over the air to make sure they're getting a good perspective of exactly what is going on. And so Phil, who was back here, who we'll hopefully talk to here in a second, was up there before the fire overtook the road we were standing on, and he was telling us that he wasn't concerned about the fire overtaking this area because he felt there was enough brush clearance at the time of the fire. It was down in Triumphal Canyon, down hundreds of feet below where we are, but of course fire moves quickest uphill, and it just took a minute or so for that fire to creep up and take over Glenbridge Road. You can hear that chopper just above us here. Give us just a moment. I'm going to speak with Phil here. Phil, I know that you were concerned and you wanted to come and tell firefighters about that hot spot we saw on the backside of your house. What'd you say?
I just told them, I said, you guys can't see it from here, and I'm surprised that the water district wasn't here to open this gate so they could get out there and be a little bit more effective with the water. Guy just hopped over the gate, took the hose, went all the way around, and
see back here, Joel, if you can show it straight ahead of us here.
Yep. And one of these great firemen over here said, I was in your backyard. Everything is fine. He says that we hosed everything down. Nothing is burned at all.
Phil, when we last saw you, you were frantically evacuating. Your wife was in the back of your car sobbing with the dogs. How is she doing right now, and how are you guys?
I think she's feeling a little bit better. She's over here somewhere in this. She's talking to somebody over there in this fog of smoke.
I think she's looking for you. I know that when we first spoke, Phil, you were maybe a little overconfident that the fire would come up this way, and we were standing together when we were forced to literally run from that fire.
Yep, we did. We had to run from the fire. Boy, do I remember that moment. You got to be impressed with these guys.
I was just talking about them.
That, this is about a 5.5, 6 foot fence, and that guy just scaled it like it was nothing, right? These guys are in shape. Right?
Can you tell me just to watch what they have been doing, and they weren't even here when that fire overtook the road, and to see how quickly things have changed.
They suddenly appeared, right, like out of nowhere.
At the right moment.
At the right moment, exactly the right moment. And, wait a minute, I'm getting things in my eyes. And
it just shows you the thickness and the smoke right now and all the ash.
Yeah. But I'm glad he did there because there was an active flame back there, if that's the right word to use to describe a flame.
And you were not sure that they would even listen to you. They might shoot you away, you thought.
Oh, yeah, well, they don't like to be interfered with sometimes. They're doing a hard job out here. So I give these guys a AAA+.
Phil, thank you so much for speaking with us. They are the best, absolutely. And guys, again, yeah, just a testament to how quickly they responded. When we were being evacuated, the only officials up here was one LA County Sheriff's deputy who immediately saw the fire coming up our way and was headed down Glen Bridge Road and forced us all to get out. And we literally ran to our truck and got out. And Phil was the first person we talked to when we first parked down here. And his home, again, he never thought it'd be threatened. And now there's literal fire that they've been putting out around his property, but it sounds like that's going to be okay. And again, a testament to these firefighters out here, guys.
Just incredible. Jonathan, stay safe out there.